Hey guys, hi, welcome back. So in the previous video, we have seen a few problems related to probability, right? In this video, we will discuss the Bayes theorem. We will see a few examples related to the Bayes theorem. We will see what is the random variable, its types, and we will understand it better with the help of examples. All right, so let's start with the Bayes theorem. So here it is said if B1, B2, B3 up to Bn are mutually exclusive events with non-zero probability of an random experiment, then for any arbitrary event A of the sample space of above experiment, the probability of event Bk such that A has already occurred is given by this formula. All right. So first, what is mutually exclusive events? We know, we have already studied that the occurrence of one event excludes the occurrence of the other event. Okay, and the mutually exclusive events here, it will have non-zero probability. That means the probability cannot be zero. All right, so if you are having b1 to bn, okay, number of exclusive events, then out of this events you will choose any arbitrary event A, okay, and you will calculate the probability of any event bk. Suppose I'm taking b1, okay, so you will have to find the probability of the event b1 such that A has already occurred. So this is somehow related to the conditional probability. So here probability of bka, okay, that means you need to find the probability of bk such that A has occurred. So this is the probability of bk into with what? Probability of A, okay, such that bk has already occurred, and the summation I is equals to n probability of bi into with probability of what? The occurrence of A such that bi has already occurred. This is how, what it means, what these terms are representing. We all know this is just like conditional probability, right? Now we will understand it better when we will solve problems. So the Bayes theorem is just simple. You will have mutually exclusive events of a random experiment and the probability is non-zero. So we will choose any arbitrary event A, that for any arbitrary event A of the sample space, okay, of this, you will have to find the probability of any event bk such that A has already occurred, which is given by this formula. Clear? Now let's see the first problem. So here it is said, suppose bag 1 contains 2 white, 3 red balls, and bag 2 contains 3 white and 4 red balls. So if a bag is selected at random and a ball is drawn from it, if the ball drawn is white, what is the probability that the ball is from bag 1? So here you are given in the question, what are the things it is given? Bag 1 has 2 white balls and 3 red balls. Okay, bag 2 contains 3 white and 4 red balls. So here it is said, if a bag is selected randomly, okay, and one ball is drawn from it, and the ball which is drawn, which is white, then you will have to calculate the probability that the ball is drawn from bag 1. This is what you will have to find. That means here A will be what? The ball drawn is white, right? Okay, so this is that the event has already occurred. So you are asked to calculate the probability that it is from bag 1. All right. So here bag 1 is having, bag 1 has 2 white and 3 red balls. Bag 2 has 3 white and 4 red balls. All right. Now you see event A. We will see which one is event A, what is B1 and what is B2. So event A is what? That the ball is white. The event which has already occurred. Clear? Next, if you see here, B1, okay, and B2, because you're having 2 bags, right? So the first B1 is what? The ball is taken from bag 1, and B2 is the ball is taken from bag 2. Clear? Now we will write the formula. So the formula is what? Probability of B1 A, that is the ball drawn is white, and what is the probability that the ball is drawn from bag B1? Okay, probability of B1 such that A has already occurred. So here you will write what? This is probability of B1 into with probability of A B1. You will have to write here reverse. Okay, it's B1A, it's A B1. And in the denominator summation I is equals to 1 to n. So here you are having two bags B1 and B2. So it is probability of B1 into with probability of A B1 plus probability of B2, probability of A B2. Clear? So here if you see probability of B1, what it will be? You're having two balls, right? So in this case, probability for B1 is also half, probability for B2 is also half. Okay, so you will write here 1 by 2. Clear? Into probability of what? Occurrence of A such that B1 has already taken. So you see the ball is what? The ball will be white. Okay, that. So if you're taking from the bag 1, the total number of outcomes is what? 2 plus 3. It is 5, right? 5. And favorable means the chances of getting white ball. Favorable is what? 2. Okay, so it will be 2 by 5. Probability of what? Occurrence of A such that B1 has already occurred. Means if you're taking the ball from the bag B1 and you need white ball. Clear? So here also the first term will be same plus probability of B2 it will be same 1 by 2. Clear? And probability of AB2 it will be how much? So it is 3 white balls, so it is 3, total is 7. All right, so this 2 will cancel this 2, and here you will have what? 1 by 5, and here this 2 cancels this 2. Clear? So you will have 1 by 5 plus, and this side you will have what? 3 by 14. Okay, so you can write it as 1 by 5 into 14 and 5. Okay, so LCM we are taking 14 into with 5, and here what you will have in this denominator you will have 14 plus 3 5s are 15, right? You can calculate it and see this is 15. Okay, so ultimately when you will do this you will get 14 into with 5, right? And here you are having this 5 and this 5 will get cancelled, so 14 divided by 29, right? You can calculate and see this is what you are getting. So this is the probability that the bag is drawn from the bag 1. Okay, so sorry, this is the probability that the ball is drawn from the bag 1. Clear? The calculations you can do it on your own. Now let's see the next question. So here it is said a box contains 99 fair coins and one double-headed coin. One coin is chosen from the box at random. The coin is tossed 3 times and we get 3 heads all the time, means heads all the time. So what is the probability that the chosen coin will be double-headed? So here it is said you have a box and it has 99 fair coins and one double-headed coin. So out of these coins randomly you are choosing one coin. Okay, and that particular coin is tossed 3 times and you will get head all the time. So what it is said, you will have to calculate the probability that the coin is double-headed. And you know what is a double-headed coin, which is having heads on both the sides. So here it's very simple. We will first write what is A, what is B1, and what is B2. Okay, so A is what? Getting 3 heads in 3 tosses. That is the outcome which has already occurred. B1 is selecting a fair coin and B2 is selecting a double headed coin. Here total coin is 100. So first we will write the formula. So here we are asked to calculate the probability of getting double headed. So it's probability of B2 such that A has already occurred. Here it is probability of B2. This is probability of A, B2. This is reverse. That probability that B2 has already occurred. And what is the probability of getting A? This is probability of B1, probability of A, B1 plus probability of B2 plus probability of A, B2. Clear? So here if you see probability of getting a double-headed coin. So here you see there is only one double-headed coin. So you will write favorable divided by total. So one coin is chosen and we are having one double-headed. So favorable is 1 combination 1. Total is 100 combination 1. Total coin is 100. You are having one double-headed coin. Now probability that you have selected a double-headed coin, how many head you will get? So you will get head all the time. So the probability is 1. So first I'm doing in terms of combination, then we will go for the general way. Clear? So now you see, sorry. So now you see plus this term will be same, 1 combination 1, this is 100 combination 1 into with 1. So now you will see probability of selecting the fair coin. So you're having 99 fair coin, only one coin is selected. So this is the favorable. Total is 100 combination 1 same. Okay. Now you see in case of fair coin, in for this we will see that you have selected a fair coin, how many heads you will have, means how many outcomes will have 3 heads. So when you are looking for a fair coin, its outcome is what? Either you are getting 3 head, 3 tail. So there is only one outcome which is having 3 head. Okay, and total outcomes for a fair coin is 8. Means you will get either 3 heads, yeah, 3 tails, first 2 heads then tail, or first tail then 2 heads. Okay, for first 2 tail then head, or first you will get what? Head then 2 tail, or you will get tail head tail, yes or no, or head tail tail, or this total there are 8. You can write and see. There's 3 head 3 tail. Okay, 2 head 1 tail, tail then 2 head, then you are having what? Tail head tail, you can write head tail head 1. Okay, this is one outcome. So total it's 8. So here total is 8, favorable of is total getting 3 heads, so it is 1 by 8. So when you will calculate this, you will get the value to be 0.0747, that is 0.075. You can calculate and see. Clear? Now we will see the general way. So what is the formula? Probability of B2A. It is equals to probability of B2, probability of A, B2 divided by probability of B1, probability of A, B1 plus probability of B2, probability of A, B2. So here you say probability of double-headed coin. Okay, so it will be same. There is one double-headed coin. Favorable is 1. Total is 100. Into with this will be 1 only. Okay, here also you will add 1 by 100 into with 1. Now in this case, probability of selecting a fair coin. So total is what? Total coins fair it is 99, and total number of coins is what? 100. Fair coins are 99, total coin is 100. So this is into, this is 1 by 8 same. So it is giving you 1 by 100. All right, here you will get 1 by, this is 99 by 8 into with 100 plus 1 by 100. So ultimately you can write 1 by 100. Okay, when you will do this 100 into 8, it will go in the numerator. Here you will have what? 99 plus 8. This 100 and this 100 will get cancelled. You will have 8 divided by 107. So ultimately it will give you the same result, 0.075. You can calculate and see. Clear? Now we will see the next question. What is the question here? A man is known to speak the truth 2 out of 3 times. He throws a dice and reports that the number obtained is a 4. Find the probability that the number obtained is actually 4. So a man is speaking truth 2 times out of 3 times. And when he's throwing a dice, he's reporting that the number is a 4. You will have to find the probability that the number obtained is a 4. Okay, so here the event A, it is what? The man reports that the number obtained is 4. The man reports that the number obtained is 4. Clear? What will be B1 and what will be B2? So B1 is that the event 4 is obtained, and B2 is that the event 4 is not obtained. That is its complementary event. So it is what? The event 4 is obtained and the event 4 is not obtained. Clear? So for this, what you will write in this case, when you will see probability of B1, it is how much? The dice will have what? Total outcome 6, favorable, that is to get 4, favorable will be what? 1, total is 6. So it is 1 by 6. Probability of B2. That means you are not getting 4. That will be 1 minus 1 by 6, right? Total probability minus the probability of getting 4. So it will be 5 by 6. This is what it is. So now we will write the formula. Probability of what? The number obtained is 4. That is probability of B1A. Okay, it is equals to what? Probability of B1, probability of A, B1 divided by probability of B1, probability of A, B1 plus probability of B2, probability of A, B2. Clear? Now probability of B1 means the event 4 is obtained. So it will be 1 by 6 into probability that you have got what? The event 4 is obtained. So you will have to say what? The man has reported 4. So what it will be? Its probability will be what? So total, he is speaking 2 times the truth, right? So it will be what? 2 out of 3. Yes or no? Because total is 3 and he is reporting truth 2 times. So it is 2 by 3. Clear? Probability that man reports 4 and it is actually a 4. That is 2 by 3. So it will be same here, 1 by 6 into 2 by 3 plus now probability of B2, that is 4 has not occurred. So it is 5 by 6 as we have calculated, right? Into now probability that B2, that 4 has not occurred, but the man reports that it is 4. Okay. Probability that 4 has not occurred, but the man has reported 4. So total here outcomes is what? 3. 3 times is there. But there is only 1 times when he is telling lie, because 2 times he says the truth. So it will be what? 1 by 3. Clear? So this is how you will have to see. So in this case, for this, you will calculate it and see. Okay, let's see the calculation. So directly what you can write here, this is 2 by 18, right? 6 is 18. Here also 2 by 18 plus this is what? 5 by 18. Okay. So finally what you can write here, this is 2 by 18 into with 18 by 7. Just add it. 18 and 18 will get cancelled. So you will have 2 by 7. So this is the probability that the number obtained is actually a 4. Clear? So now let's say random variable. So what is random variable? If it is defined as a real number x connected with the outcomes of a random experiment. So whenever you are connecting a variable x, which is real, to the outcomes of a random experiment, that particular variable is random. Random variable is of two types, discrete and continuous. Okay. So first we will see what is discrete random variable. So in this case, okay, if the random variable x will have discrete values, then it is discrete random variable. And if the value of x is what? Continuous, then it is continuous random variable. Clear? Discrete values means what? If you can take the value of x, which is a finite number of distinct values. Suppose you are taking 2 coins, okay, and they are tossed, or you can say 1 coin tossed twice, okay, 2 coins tossed. What are the outcomes that you will get? Either 2 head, either 2 tail, or head tail or tail head. These are the outcomes. Now suppose you are considering x to represent number of heads obtained, number of heads obtained. All right. So in this case, you can get head what? In this you're having head, in this and in this. Okay. So here if you see how many heads you can get. In this you're having 0 head. So it can be either 0. Here you're having 2 heads. Yes or no? So it can be 2. Here you are having what? 1 head. So it is 1. So the value of x can be what? 0, 1 and 2. So these are what? Distinct values. No? There is finite number of distinct values. So in this case, you will say that the random variable is what? Discrete, and so it is called, it is taking up discrete values. So it is discrete random variable. Clear? Similarly, you can take for a dice also. It is having what? 1 to 6. These are the outcomes. So if you are representing x, the x has something like to get 4. Okay. How many times you will get 4? So it will be 1 by 6. Clear? So that way you can see. Next is continuous random variable. So for continuous random variable, the value of x will be what? Continuous. That means it might be infinite. That means if you are having the value of x to be infinite and uncountable set of values, then that random variable is said to be what? Continuous random variable. You can take any interval 2 to 4. Okay, if I ask you number of real numbers within this, so it will be what? Infinite, right? So this is what a continuous random variable means. Some other examples you can take is the measurement of height, weight, temperature. Okay, so if you take height and weight of a students in a class, then that is what? Continuous random variable. Clear? So this is what continuous random variable means and what is discrete random variable. Clear? So that's all in this video. We have seen the Bayes theorem, we have solved examples, we have seen the random variable. So the concept is quite simple. You just need to know what it actually means. Thank you so much. Have a good day.